Greetings and salutations, Pop. So, I'm here recording the reading for you that you requested. So, I'm not really going to dawdle or delay. We're just going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start off with some overall energy found within the dice. Starting off, and excuse my setup, I'm in my room instead of the dining room today. So here on red, we're starting off with six. Now, for me and my numerology, six suggests finding and maintaining balance within the current space that you're in right now. Okay, so this is very important energy, finding and maintaining balance. Whatever that may be for you, you want to grasp hold of that and maintain that. Reducing six to three is finding and maintaining clarity. Okay. It can also reveal some conflict, some confusion, some chaos, and even third party energy. But with coming into balance, I can't help but feel like the clarity that you're seeking, that you're looking for, is definitely right around the corner. It may even be within this video, or this video will definitely, and its reading will definitely lead you to more clarity. I'm not feeling so much as the contrasting energy as far as the conflict, confusion, the chaos, and third party energy. Maybe a hint of third party energy, but not so much with conflict and confusion. You're on the precipice of change, which is the energy found in Dice Red with the number five. So, upcoming changes, these upcoming changes, when five comes up, it's almost always for the higher good of the person involved and for their higher purpose. So, you are definitely embarking on some changes coming up within this space and energy that you're in. Okay, and the final dice on blue, we have one, which represents our emotional body and leadership energy. So, more and more, you're being called and thrust into leadership position and positioning. Okay, so with this leadership positioning, it is even more so important for you to find and maintain that balance, because with that balance comes proper leadership. With that balance comes clarity, so that you will be able to lead more effectively, and, and with a soul driven heart, mind, and purpose. And you'll be able to make that plain to the people that you'll be delegating to. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it and see what Spirit has to say for you or to you. Now, I know I mentioned this in our Facebook Messenger conversation earlier. So, after you view the contents of this reading and video, if you come across any questions, I'll be more than happy to address them. I'll give you an additional 3 cards to clarify any questions that you may have. You just hit me up once you view the contents of this video, and we'll take it from there, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start off with my 3 principal cards, and then we'll clarify as needed as we move along. Alrighty? I like this already. You are definitely operating within your divine masculine energy, being able to effectively impart to others, to take appropriate and divinely guided and inspired action, which is very important, especially for the types of things that we're trying to, well, I don't want to say that we're trying to, but for the type of things that we are manifesting for ourselves. So it's very important that we take soul driven, inspired, and guided action, because if we take action outside of the wheel of our purpose, it can actually cause more detriment to what we're trying to accomplish and the outcomes that we are seeking and searching for. Now, with your first principle card is the King of Swords, okay? So, divine masculine energy. When we think of swords, swords represents one's soul space. When we think of the soul space, that is the entire embodiment of who we are as a vibrational being. Excuse me. So that makes up the sum total of who we are as a person, as a vibrational being. King of Swords is definitely an authoritative figure and energy, being able to lead and guide others, being of sound mind when it comes to taking the reins of leadership and leading other people. So this is right up in the nook and the cranny of where you're walking into in your life at this point in time. I feel like you need to trust this energy more so as you further along in your endeavors, in your new journeys, and new things that are going to come up for you during this time. And particularly pay attention to your emotions. That takes me back to the energy found in the blue dice, the emotional body, excuse me. Pay attention to your emotions, because what I like to reiterate when I'm putting out content or doing readings, our emotions are the indicator on where we stand on the spectrum of being in alignment with our all-being source energy. So anytime that there's a question or uncertainty or doubt in regard to an action that you want to take, or even whether you should be taking action, you want to key into your emotional body. The better you feel, the more you want to go in that direction. If you're feeling a lot of angst, anxiety, doubt, fear, you want to steer clear of going in that direction, okay? So any time that you feel, and I don't even really want to use the word uncertain, but anytime that there's a question, that's how I want to put it. Anytime that there's a question on how you should move forward, key in to your emotional body. Go within, ask for clarity, because it's going to be given to you spot on, whether that clarity comes from within or from an outside source, okay? But definitely get into your divine masculine energy. Trust it, and know that when you get that unction to move, to take action, and a lot, if not most of these inspirations, they are going to hit, and they're going to hit hard. So I feel like there is going to be little to no room for you to doubt when is the appropriate time to take action, okay? And so really get into this energy. One thing I do want to stress to you is, because I know, your background and, a lot of the things that you've gone through. Such an amazing story, by the way. Such an amazing story and testimony for other people on our individual spiritual paths. But there will come times to where we may get wrapped up in our emotional body, in the earthly physicality of who we are. I don't want you to let those moments overshadow all of the work that you've done and that you're currently doing, okay? Don't ever doubt yourself, okay? I don't ever want there to be a moment to where you're really sitting and doubting the moves that you're making, okay? Because you are moving appropriately for your purpose and design, uh, and you're doing what you need to do. You being transparent, you being honest about the things that you've experienced in your life and how it has affected you on all levels. Continue to do that. It's going to open the door for more amazing, miraculous energies and abundance and prosperity to come through for you. Even if no one is patting you on the back at that moment, even when nobody is acknowledging the content that you put out, keep going. Because I guarantee you, people are watching, people are being affected positively by your story and the things that you put out. So just keep going, trust your soul-driven purpose, trust the fact that you are a resilient mind. Okay, that doesn't come easy. You know, everyone can't say that they have a resilient mind, because if they have gone through and experienced not even half, a third of the shit that we have in our lifetime, they will crumble, they will break, they will fall, they would not be able to get back up. That's not you. You are exceptionally strong. You are exceptionally gifted, and you have the utmost to offer to the collective within this divine community. So I just really want you to be encouraged to continue to go forth, do your thing, Pa, because you're doing your thing, and the beauty behind all of this, and I'm finding this out more and more, is the actual journey itself. Not so much the destination, but the journey. You know, situations are going to arise, they're going to pop up, they're going to be contrasting situations, but I look at those situations now is to see, okay, source, divine, universe, I'm just interested in seeing how you're going to work this out for me, how this is going to unfold for the benefit of my higher good and the outcome that I truly desire. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clarify this King of Swords. Incidentally, sword energy also represents air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, and why am I forgetting the other air sign, Aquarius? Okay, excuse that lapse in mind for a second. Okay. Very interesting that this comes out to clarify the King of Swords, because that takes me back to the energy found on the dice with the number 6, finding and maintaining balance. Okay, so this right here, this is the Ace of Wands. Okay, and being that this is coming out in the reverse, this is representing Empress energy. Okay, so I feel like that this is coming out to show that your default excuse me, your default energy, or the energy that you tend to work mainly from, is that of High Priestess, divine masculine, or divine feminine energy, excuse me, and not High Priestess, but the Empress energy. Okay, so it's a balance between your divine masculine and your divine feminine energy coming into play during this time. Now, while your main energy may be operating from the divine feminine, on an Empress level, you're finding that balance with your divine masculine energy, okay? And you're letting them, what's the word I'm looking for? Supplement one another, to where the other isn't overshadowing the other energy and potentially causing delays and resistance. So there's a balance that's coming in between those two energies, and I feel like you're coming into a space to where you are able to readily recognize when you are operating from your divine feminine as opposed to operating from your divine masculine. And just to kind of outline, for clarity's sake, one of the main differences between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy is that the divine masculine, that's the take charge, take action. This is the impartation energy, the warrior, so to speak. The divine feminine, that's the chill, rest. That's when you want to lay back, don't do shit, rest in receptivity, allowing the attraction of the desires of your manifestations to become real-time outcomes. And also just being that nurturer, being able to receive, not chasing after anything. I think I said this in your last reading, but if not, I say it often enough for it to have been in your last reading, that oftentimes when we're chasing after something, it's running away from us. So we want to get out of the habit of chasing after shit. Folk bragging about chasing a bag. I'm not chasing no bag. I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to exert energy chasing after anything that doesn't want to be caught. I'd rather chill and attract it. So there's that balance coming in between your divine feminine and masculine energy. Again, because it came out as your principal card, you want to definitely trust more of your divine masculine instincts and intuitions, especially during this time, and knowing when to take appropriate action, okay? So, coming out to clarify, furthermore, the King of Swords, this is the Five of Swords, okay? So, 5, again, upcoming changes, okay? Sword, this is sword energy again, so we're dealing with the soul space, the total embodiment of us as a whole vibrational being. Alrighty, this is the breakup artist, pretty much. This is an abrupt ending to a soul tie or relationship, or it doesn't even have to be a close-knit relationship or a romantic relationship, but this is definitely the end of some sort of tie, or ties that you have been entangled in with someone. I have to say it is definitely an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If I'm not mistaken, this same air sign energy came up in your last reading. I can't say for sure, I'm just going off of memory right now. But I believe, and I still have that video, I'll go back and look at it after the fact, but I believe there was some contrasting energy then in regard to an air sign. And I almost kind of feel like this is the same person. I almost feel like that this is the same person. For whatever reason, you may have decided, I'm going to give this person another chance. Forgive, let bygones be bygones, whatever that saying is. And because of the extent of your relationship and the history behind it, you may have decided to give this person another chance. But it's time to cut those ties. And I feel like you already know this, but you just want some clarity in regard to that particular soul tie and relationship. Okay, I almost feel like that you or some part of you feels like that you owe this person and their energy a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. You don't owe anybody anything except for yourself. Okay, but as Source Spirit, the Great Divine, would say, it's time to cut some ties. It's time to let this energy go. Okay, this is definitely an outside energy that, if left within your circle and within your energy, can cause destruction. Okay, it's no coincidence that this illustration is of a skull. Okay, so of course we all have free will and the right to choose, but I feel like that whoever is the beholder of this energy needs to be let go. I almost feel like that they are still an impediment to what you're trying to accomplish for yourself. And I don't want to say that as to mean giving them the power over your situation, because they have no power over your situation outside of the power that you give them and that you allow them to have. So with them and the potential to wreak havoc, on what you're building for yourself, that potential is only there because you are allowing them to stay within your orbit. Okay, so I'm gonna let you ponder on that a bit. Next up for your principal card is another king, divine masculine energy. This is the King of Pentacles. This is my King of Solomon card, the wisdom of Solomon. And that's one of the things I pray for most in my endeavors is the wisdom of Solomon, how to responsibly appropriate and delegate my finances to reflect that of a billionaire, to reflect that of an entrepreneur, a multi-entrepreneur. And I definitely feel like that's the energy that you're within right now and what you're trying to cultivate for yourself. So definitely continue to be mindful of that in the highest regard, to daily pray for that wisdom of Solomon, daily to pray for the knowledge and wisdom to appropriately handle your material aspects, okay? And that brings me back to the balance energy found in the dice on number 6. It's all about balance, you know. You can have it all, you can do it all, but what is most important is the balance in what you're doing, okay? So I definitely want you to keep that in mind. I feel like the spirit source wants you to keep that in mind and not, what's the word I want to use? Not become obsessive over the thought, but just be mindful that you're making the appropriate moves and decisions and appropriating and delegating your funds appropriately, okay? And in a responsible manner. It's okay to take risks, but be cautious in the fact that you don't make hasty or take hasty risks, okay? So I'm coming out here to clarify the King of Pentacles, and let me go back to the King of Pentacles real quick. This is also signifying one being highly intelligent in their material aspects, in business and finance and property endeavors. I feel like you're looking for some property, land, more specifically, land for you to build on. And it's absolutely yours for the taking, okay? Just make sure that you're delegating your funds and material aspects as need be to keep the door open for that outcome to be manifested for you, okay? But moving on to the clarifying card, this is the 10 of Pentacles, okay? 10 represents completion, okay? You have successfully learned the lessons and are successfully applying the lessons to your day-to-day life and material aspects, okay? Regardless of what the right now evidence may seem like, you're doing what you need to do to cultivate your generational wealth, your legacy, your empire. It's there. This is the money tree, okay? This is huge financial blessings. This is prosperity and abundance of the utmost, okay? And the fact that this prosperity and abundance is here for you, this is directly reflective from the work that you've been doing from within, okay? So as you continue to work on yourself, that bleeds outwardly to your businesses, and it's opening doors for you. Again, you might not even see these doors being open right now, but they're being opened for you. So continue to trust and believe and know that this prosperity and abundance is yours, Pa. There's nothing for you to worry about. There's nothing for you to be concerned about in these aspects. It may not be the right now moment that we so humanly desire at times, but even in the midst of that, you're still going to be divinely provided for. Okay, that's how you see the magic, the miracle, in the divine, and the outcomes and the resolutions behind the things that we go through. Sometimes we have to be allowed to be in a sticky situation to where we can't see any way out, but then boom, here comes a resolution. Like, where the fuck did that come from? I would have never thought about that. In my divine mind, I would have never came up with that. But guess what? You don't have to come up with it because you're divinely protected. You're divinely guided. Okay? So continue to know that. Continue to do the work. So as you do the inner work, it bleeds outside to others. Okay? What you've gone through, what you're going through now is not just for you. It's for the collective and resonating members within the collective. Okay? So, this is, I'm digging this because another clarifying card for your King of Pentacles. Right behind that, the Ten of Pentacles. And now here we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay? Six is that balance again. Finding and maintaining that balance within your material aspects. This is reminding you to spend wisely, cautiously. And when I say cautiously, I'm not saying from the lower vibrational aspect of fear, but just be mindful of how you're appropriating these funds. You know, is this something that I can do without for now, or is this something that I need? Is this something that's going to benefit my higher good, my higher purpose, and that of higher consciousness? Okay, so this is pretty much cut and dry. Here it's just reminding you that with this incoming prosperity and abundance, keep your head about you. Don't lose your head, because this money that's gonna come through is just gonna be like, yo, I really got access to this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, splurge, you know. And it's okay to treat yourself, to splurge on yourself. Just do it responsibly. That's all that card is saying right there. The last clarifier here, or principal card here, this is the Page of Cups. Okay, and incidentally, let me just say with the Pentacle energy, you can also look to the wisdom of a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. You may even want to seek financial planning from either one of the sorts to kind of help you just solidify plans and your trajectory on how you want things to move in the future. Okay, so I just want to remind you of that very grounding earth energy within your second principal card in the clarifiers. All of them diamonds, pentacles, money, ground, prosperity, abundance. Okay, but your last principal card here is the Page of Cups. This is my Cupid card. So this is representing, when the Cupid card comes out, it represents new love or pre-existing love and relationships being renewed after a particular tumultuous time or rough patch. uh, within a relationship, uh, or a cycle of a relationship. This can also represent new love coming in from a new person. Um, I know that there's a poly aspect to you uh, that I can certainly respect and resonate with, because I'm kind of coming into that awareness of myself these days. But this is not about me. So there is definitely some potential new love on the horizon, possibly a third, or this could just be signifying a newfound space and energy that you're in with your mister. Okay, so with this Five of Pentacles clarifying that Page of Cups, I'm not really clear on that just yet. Let me clarify that a little more. Okay, this is interesting. So, Five of Pentacles represents a change in your finances, positive change in your finances. Okay, this card is coming out in the reverse, which signifies that these changes, again, going back to the Ten of Pentacles, these changes are a direct result of the work that you've been doing within as it bleeds out into your businesses. Okay, I almost feel like that this new love is in relation to your material aspect. Okay, so it's like you're going to be falling in love with your businesses, budding businesses, new ventures that are on the horizon. But that takes me back to the Six of Pentacle energy under the King of Pentacles, being financially responsible. So it's like you're definitely going to love this new space and energy that you're in within your material aspects, but you definitely have to be mindful to be rooted and grounded within this time, because there is a slight window of opportunity that you could lose yourself, get caught up. I don't want to say lose yourself, get caught up in the moment of this influx of prosperity and abundance. That's how I want to say it. So you definitely want to be mindful. And again, that takes me back to that six energy in the dice. Finding and maintaining that balance is going to be very important for you during this time, because without the proper balance, slight possibility that you could fall susceptible to the material and being materialistic. And it's not, I don't feel like it would be coming from a place of, I'm all that, and, entitlement. But it's like I work my ass off for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I literally walk through hell for this shit, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Okay, there's a fine line with enjoying and immersing ourselves in this particular type of energy. Okay, when I clarified the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands came out. Okay, four represents foundation energy. Okay, and it also represents practicality within your spirituality, your creativity, knowledge and wisdom, communication, and your emotional body. Okay, so this is a very spiritual energy. Okay, I clearly see it. You have to be practical within your finances and with this new love that you're going to find for your businesses and these new endeavors that you're going to be walking into. And you're not going to be able to find this practicality from outside sources. You're going to have to go within. Okay, it's a lot of inner work and inner accountability and going within for clarity, for confirmation that you're going to be called to do during these times and moving forward, because you're going to have to be able to be accountable for yourself. Even in the midst of all this richness and glory, you're still going to have to be able to remain accountable for yourself and be able to check yourself, okay, and realize when you know you're kind of becoming imbalanced, and that's not limited to divine masculine and feminine energy, shadow and light energy, whatever, carnal material, whatever it is. You just have to uh, remember that even in the divine, the great divine, there's a certain amount of practicality that we must work with in order to make sure that we are cultivating and manifesting the best and highest outcomes for ourselves. Is there anything? Okay. Also, honor your creativity. We want to be sure that you're always honoring your creativity. When we honor and trust our creativity, that brings in healing, clarity, balance, emotional fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, excuse me. It is just a segue to so many different aspects of our lives, and that makes us us. Okay, so the last clarifying card to come out is the Eight of Wands. Okay, and when we're dealing with wands, that's also fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius. So go with inside yourself to rest and rejuvenate. Okay, because this is gonna take a toll on your energy in the near future, because it's a lot of moving and working components to your story as it continues to unfold. And even in the best of ways, these things can be quite draining. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you're taking time to rest, rejuvenate, evaluate things from a fresh, rested perspective, okay, and just go forth. Eight represents strength, tenacity, healing, but we already know this about you. I mean, it had be written that you are extremely strong, resilient minded, man, soul driven. You got this. This is, I don't feel like anything in this reading is a surprise or will be a surprise to you. I feel like you know this shit already. You just need, you need that reassurance. You need that confirmation. You just need to know, because yes, it's definitely hectic now, but it has the potential to become even more hectic. But in the best of ways, it's going to serve your higher good. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to wreak havoc on your life. You know, the best of energy, except for this one. Get rid of this bitch. Whoever this is, I'm sick of her. I was sick of her the last reading. But outside of this energy, I mean, you good. It's natural for us to, just wonder and worry and contemplate certain things. Sometimes it's natural, even though we are all energetically vibrational beings, we're still on this earthly plane as a human. So we are still susceptible to those feelings and emotions, and it's not anything that we should feel bad about. It makes us who we are. It's part of the package. So go forth, Pop. Go forth. There's so much for you. Just balance. Maintain balance. Your clarity. Going within. Okay? Going within, fact checking with yourself. Even in regards to my readings. You know what I'm saying? Go within, fact check. Hey, is what bro saying? Like, is this on the up and up? I'm not gonna get offended. Best believe you me, I will not get offended. You know, because I want source and spirit to be able to confirm with you that this word is on time and accurate and have be soul driven. Yes, it have be. But yeah, you good. You good. Continue on. You already know this. I love you tremendously. I'm always here for you in any way that I can be. You know, I look forward to our future partnerships. I look forward to us becoming millionaires and then walking into billionaireism together. I really feel more and more that that's a journey that we're to take together and experience together. Just us rising up like Phoenix from the ashes, man. You know, I'm so very grateful for you. I admire you. I honor you. Even the fact that you trust me to do your readings, you have no idea how much that means to me, because you're someone that I looked up to and still look up to, you know, and I watch and, you know, I listen. And yes, I listen to your written words. I pay attention. I might not always react or respond to what you put out there, but I certainly take it all in. And I'm in awe of you, your transparency, your honesty, your integrity, your accountability for your experiences, your actions, and just being vulnerable. When I see you in those vulnerable moments on Facebook, it's so refreshing, because I know the mundane folk might see that as weakness, like, but it's nothing resembling weakness. Folk don't realize how much strength it takes to be vulnerable like that. And not only vulnerable, but vulnerable before the masses. Like, you're laying the foundation work for so many people to come up after you, and the same type of experiences that you've gone through, man. Like, you have no idea the level that you're affecting people and positively affecting people. Like, you know, we've gone through some light situations, but you know, I can honestly say that even with some of those, I haven't experienced things like you have, and I'm in awe. You know, like, damn, like, and he's still here, kicking straw, feisty. And just, you know, take no prisoners. I love that about you. I honor that about you. I admire that about you. And I just want to encourage you to continue going on, regardless of how things look in the right now moment. Right now don't always determine the outcome, okay? So you got this. Keep pushing forward. Keep doing your thing, okay? And know that I'm always here for you. I will always be here for you. I got your back. You know? Shit, I'm sitting here thinking now, like, I think the first time I saw you with my cousin, I was 14. 14 years old, and now next week I'm gonna be 40. It's just amazing. I look forward to working with you soon, being in your presence soon, and just enjoying each other's company. I actually might be in Atlanta later this month. My G-Babe, my gay grandson, is talking about going home for his birthday. So that is highly possible that you'll see me when I come back to my second home. Again, I love you tremendously and in the most divine way. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. until next time, bye. I love you.